Hello Taurus, welcome to your January 2016 reading. It's a pleasure and an honor to be looking into the new year for you. Let's see what's coming through. Just like I did last month, I'm going to continue with a channeled message, and I use automatic writing, which basically means I'll write down the first thing that comes to me right before reading for this sign. And so the word I wrote for you guys was reconcile or reconciliation. I like to put it as a verb rather than anything else, just because I want you to be able to do whatever I'm channeling through. So let's see what it is you need to reconcile. We'll pull now your catalyst card, which is going to be sort of that, think of it as the key in the ignition. If you have a car that you're driving, that's what the catalyst card is. And it will be the one card that kind of ties together all of the other cards and basically your desired action for the month. This is the influence. This is what's going to bring it all together. Balance. Okay, so we'll take a look and see. There's a duality to this balance. So seeing the other person's point of view, not getting too muddled in their business or not basically projecting yourself onto them. So that's your interesting catalyst for this month. You need to, I would actually say, stay a little separate from somebody else's emotions, dramas, and projections, and very clear on what truly it is that you need to finish, to complete. And if needed, particularly with tricky situations where you have to work with people, live with people, interact with people that you don't have that harmony, you have to find the harmony. That's why reconciliation could come up. It could be a difficult thing for you. This could be a former adversary. It could be a family member that doesn't always support you, doesn't always have your best interests at heart. And what you're going to have to try to do is put that aside and find a way to coexist peacefully and basically reconcile what you're willing to put up with and not sort of get emotionally charged. Okay, now let's take a look at your cards for January 2016. You know what? This card jumped out, wants to be the first. There is some emotional release I see coming through here, so that's interesting. A lot, actually, of swords that are coming through, so. So your January is going to be very much a month of movement, transition, and eventually you could be stepping away from something that you've put a lot of energy in. So either some of you may be ready to move on to new location, new job, new relationship, or take that big leap and take it to the next level. But I see a definite end of a phase and a beginning of a new phase by the end of the month. Note that I forgot to mention it in Aries, but we are going through retrograde in January as well. So it ends around the 25th, and I see that being pivotal for you in getting ready for that next big step, that next journey. The month starts off with two conflicting cards. The general energy is one where you are happy with most of what's going on in your life, or at least grateful for where you're at. But there's a sense of either, the word dread came to mind, but I think it's more stress, fear that maybe something will fall out of place because it's good, but it's not perfect. The 10 of Cups would have been more perfect as far as everything looking exactly the way expected, what other people wanted. This card is somebody, particularly as illustrated in this deck, someone longing for just a little bit more and maybe driving themselves crazy over that desired perfection or degree of, it's really perfection. What I would say here is don't be so hard on yourself and be grateful for what you've got and exercise moderation in your actions, your thoughts, also your diet. Food plays a big role in this card here, and we have temperance here. So just coming out of the holiday season, it's better to take special care and thought in what you're putting into your body, both in thoughts, food, and actions. Okay, so you want to be gentle with yourself on all of those areas. Delayed travel may be an issue at the beginning of the month. The retrograde may kick off and something may go into a tailspin, and that's why we see the Six of Swords reversed. There may also be that need to walk away from someone or something, which I was seeing towards the end of the month. This is striking me much more as a relationship or matter of the heart, particularly with the Nine of Cups at the center here. I do see general sort of caution and warning for you to be cognizant of your overall health. Just try to take a little bit more care with cardio, physical activity. Also, a general note when it comes to just relationships in general. We talked about reconciliation, or reconcile being sort of the verb that you need to be thinking about this month. But your catalyst, your key to making that reconciliation happening is balance. And this card is not balanced, it's reversed. And the strength is about it's often male-female energy not being balanced out. And it doesn't mean you have to be a man or a woman. It can be two men or two women, but that are sort of having that yin-yang energy, one that's being a little bit more aggressive, one that's being a little bit more sort of receptive. But what's happening here sometimes when it's reversed is that one person is actually suppressing the other person rather than allowing them to be receiving. And there's a difference between being suppressed and between someone that's receiving and being more open and gentle. So I want you not to sort of turn people off, like suppress their ability to speak, act, or be independent. That would be the warning there. This is a month where you might be turning a little bit more inward. I know there was a lot of stuff going on over the holidays for many of us. Some of this may have led you to sort of think about maybe comparing yourself to other people, what you want. There's a little bit of regret that's associated with the Hermit in reverse. There's also a need, because you're in retrograde, to take a closer look at anything that is going to require money, legal action, any contracts. So it's interesting that a lot of probably most of my words this month that I'm channeling will be RE words, because revise, review, whatever, it should all be things that are happening again or finishing up. That's what you do best in retrograde. So I want you to think about that. And just don't get too caught up in your own head. The Hermit can sometimes reversed spend too much time thinking about something. There is some action that's needed. Your warning for this month, and I see it hitting around the second and third week, is Eight of Swords is a little dramatic. This one really touches on the drama flair more than some of the other Rider-Waite decks that I have, showing that you could just take a step back and ask for some help and gain some perspective on the situation. It's bad, but you're making it out to be a little bit worse than it is. Your environment looks pretty good. You might have actually caused some of the drama around you, and that's why saying I'm sorry, or saying let's just agree to disagree, and finding a way to not get so merged in someone's energy is going to help you quite a bit. Temperance, temperance, temperance. This is your key ego card for the month, and I want you to be more balanced, more thoughtful. I want you to be able to be receptive as well as aggressive. You should be able to balance the two energies. It's out of whack a little this month for you, so I do need you to take it from being focused on you to focus on everybody, seeing the bigger situation, and then that rainbow in the background can be a reality. There can be more peace, prosperity, and happiness, and the storminess can kind of go away. Emotion is a big thing for you this month. You may have some significant challenges with a water sign. A Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces may be causing you a little bit more grief than usual. If that's the case, step back, allow them to sort of do what they need to do. If you're thinking of dating someone that's this sign, I would say probably want to wait till retrograde has worked its way out of the month before you progress too much. This is, in the hopes and fears, I see it's a really good time for you to take action on anything that you've been thinking about bringing to fruition, and particularly something that has been something that you've been working on for a long time, not necessarily doing something new. This is your month to wrap something up, to make that big, bold move. Wait until the end, wait until after the 25th, wait until the last day of the month, since it's a retrograde cycle if you need to. But I do see you needing to step through another door, another window, opening something up towards the end of the month. I really don't see a lot in the way of love. I haven't seen it for Aries, and I'm not seeing it for you this month. What I see is you wrapping up, like I said, a major cycle in your life. We're paying special attention to not overshadowing other people and not focusing too much on what has, like, there may be something where you're not able to go as far as you want to go on a project or on a trip or a situation. Just pause, allow this storm to pass, because you're going to be in a very, very different place come the last week of the month. It'll be transformed. So there's a lot of reversals. There's a lot of swords for you this month, but that's okay. What the Mercury retrograde is bringing up is reconciliation opportunities. So go ahead and reconcile. Also think of a bank statement. This is a time to look at worth, look at deficits. So that's both in money and people, and also health, and really go through and think, do I want to keep doing this? So this is a very thoughtful, channeled message for you, which is make sure that you can reconcile why you're at this place, why you're struggling with certain situations. Okay, let's take a look at your health card. Actually, your health card for the month. We'll use this deck, sorry. So for the health, it is Lightning, Lady of the Lightning to be exact. What this is about is, this is the time for you to make serious shifts in the way that you're taking care of your body and your mind. It actually said total paradigm shift. So sometimes shock, surprises. So what I want you to think about for your health is, what have you been ignoring? Why are you putting off certain elements of your life? Have you not started with, are you exercising too much, too little? Are you eating too much, too little? Have you not been paying attention to sleep and wake patterns? You know, do you have aches and pains in your body? This is a time to not sit, like, there's a lot of other things going on this month. This is one of the actionable items with the reconciliation that I brought through that I want you to pay attention to. So lightning, much like the Tower card, means take care of it or it will take care of itself in a way that you may not be happy with. So this is your month to take ownership and control and not be caught unaware or by surprise in a month or two when the Tower steps in. So allow yourself to be the element of change when it's your health. So this is a very very clear message to not put off anything this month when it comes to health and well-being. One thing that I'm paying special attention to for some of you is energy. Obviously, with this being lightning, so what you want to be thinking about is, are you fatigued? Are you overusing caffeine or any sort of stimulants? Are you so amped up and stressed out that you can't go to sleep? What can you do to unwind? So there's something with energy management for many of you that needs to be brought into equilibrium, and that's probably why temperance is reversed. So I want you to balance out, and I want you to really think about being in a zone where you can take care of yourself, where this is sustainable, and if it's not sustainable, then it needs to go. All right, so that was your health. Let's see what's affecting wealth and abundance for you this month. So for wealth, I love this. It's a month for you to think less about what you're receiving, but actually how you can give to other people. This is all about service. And so think about what it is in your life that you want to do to either connect with your higher sort of purpose, and if that can be your way of bringing service and purpose into your life, perfect. So an example of this could be, say you love animals and you just want to spend some time helping the cause of sort of like finding animals homes, donating to a shelter, whatever. Work that into your life. See if you also have a small business idea for how to make money off of, or how to make a profitable business model out of helping animals find homes. So try to find something that has maybe both an altruistic or a heart connection, and then try to make it profitable as well. Maybe you love writing, you want to do more writing. Maybe it's something to do with art. Maybe it's communication, but whatever it is, bring a part of yourself that can serve the community and people around you, And if you connect with that and you love it, people will kind of love you back. When you give, you receive. So focus on the giving this month and don't expect receiving. That's actually what's going to bring in your wealth. So I would say there's maybe been, because I really didn't see any pentacles coming through here. So you've actually put a little bit of investment out there in the universe. Volunteer, donate if you have extra money. And if you don't, find a way to put what you love in your job. And find if you can even, this is a challenge for some of us because maybe you're doing something that is just to provide for yourself, your family, or your loved ones, and there's not a lot of passion. So see if there's a part of it, one element of the day. Maybe it's in the morning. Maybe you're like an administrative assistant and you just take a little bit of joy in making your boss's day easier for them, even if they don't always say thanks or something like that. And think to yourself when you go, I'm here to, I don't know why I'm here some days, but I'm here to help that person through this. They must need my help. And I feel good if I know they have the help, even if they can't say thank you. You can, that's one way. And then you'll just have a different sort of energy about yourself. And they may notice that, they may pick up on it, and gratitude then might come your way. Okay, let's take a look at love. Okay, so interesting that we have two very similar messages. I channeled reconcile, and for many of you, this is a month for you to find a way to be the bigger person. It doesn't necessarily have to be an out-and-out apology, but what it could be is a step towards extending that olive branch and just saying, I'd like to talk to you, or being it might be hard. Maybe you're the one that's receiving it and you don't want to receive the apology. Let the person share whatever's on their mind. It took a lot of guts to come to you sometimes and speak from the heart. So all you need to do is listen or ask to be heard, and allow the universe to help facilitate things past that point. You're just taking the first step or allowing someone to take the step. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So we have your health, wealth, love. Let's go to your destiny card this month, and then I'll review everything and bring it into focus. Okay, so this is very interesting. So you got Bone Collector. It's my first time with this deck. For me, what this is about actually is finding something sacred in something that is passing through and leaving. We saw at the end of the month, you're going to be stepping away from something, releasing something. Maybe part of this apology or this reconciliation is actually agreeing to disagree and just letting someone pass. There's a sacredness to this, which is we can take lessons from like the ghosts in our life, from relationships that have come to pass, from things that are no longer serving you, and allow that to be a sense of a source of inspiration. And rather than having regret, rather than beating yourself up, allow that lesson to be there and then let go of it. One thing that I would actually encourage you not to do is to hold on too tight, because one thing that a collector does is they never sort of let go. And since a lot of reconciliation or apology, if it's an apology or whatever, it is about releasing. So for me, my interpretation of that Bone Collector card is holding on to something because you're giving it power. Because another thing with sort of ritual magic, with this sort of Native American approach perhaps, is that you could imbue power in a situation, an object, or a person. So power is only there if you perceive it to be. So if you put something into a situation, into a person, you're actually giving them power. So why not release it and allow them to have their power back, and you take your power back, and allow the bones to just become dust. I would say that's my read on it. So try not to hold on too tight to things that need to be released, and that's going to help with your reconciliation. So Overall, not a lot going on with love this month. There may be one strong air sign coming in, such as a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. But I see this as a month to release, to apologize, to reconcile, to bring things into order, to take care of your energy. As we look here at your catalyst card, what I want you to do is balance everything. Balance your nutrition, balance your energy, balance your relationships. For your health card, I really want you to pay attention to energy management, any sort of aches and pains in your body. I'm getting particularly in the arms and heart area, so do pay attention for those of you that have a history of heart disease. Any of those warning signs you don't want to sort of put off. But the rest of you, it's more about sleep and nutrition. And I feel like if you pay attention to letting go of some of the stimulants in your life, letting go of some of the other sort of drugs and habits that are amping you up or wiping you out, you'll be in a better place. For money, to allow more abundance to come in, I want you to, it's counterintuitive, but the universe reacts well when you don't hold on to things too much. So it can be a small act of service. You could donate $2 to church or service, or you could donate some clothing or something that you no longer need in your house, and let it go to the universe and say, I have enough, or I want to give this to you. And when you release, then more things come your way. And particularly if you do it with love and gratitude, more things will come your way. Speaking of love, I want you to be kind to others and yourself. Allow apologies to happen either way. Receive them or give them, or try to be an agent of forgiveness. And I don't want people to be hoarding things from the past. There is power and ritual sometimes in things that we collect, but in order to reconcile and release, there's a need to let go of some of that. And remember, the thing that's interesting with this card is that power exists if you let it exist. If you're imbuing these things, these sort of ritual items with power, then they're going to have it. But if you don't, then you're free to move on. And pay attention to the growth on this. There's a lot of opportunity around the corner for you. So think of all the things that are yet to come and all the opportunity, rather than some of the pain, some of the frustration that might hit during this retrograde cycle. Okay? Thank you so much. I hope this answered most of the major questions for this month. I will be doing a year at a glance as well for each sign, and I'll be posting those separately since I realize most people would probably want to review those over the course of the year. So I didn't want to tie them to the January reading. So just take a look on my channel page, and if I have time, I'll post all the links in the video sort of caption area below. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support that you've offered me over 2015. I can't wait to see where 2016 brings us. Thanks for the continued comments, supports, and likes. Keep that up as always. And if you're ever needing something with more one-on-one attention, I do offer personalized readings, and I'll put links to how to book, and also how to follow me on Facebook or subscribe to my newsletter, which are great ways to sort of keep in touch and know when I release a new video. In the meantime, have a fantastic month. Keep an eye out for my 2016 year at a glance readings, and otherwise I'll see you in February. Sanam.